Hey all you pretty people out there, I am Sam and you're watching Test Driven TV. Today we are test driving the ultimate man toy, the 2023 Ford F-150 Raptor R. Supercharged V8, all of the off-road goodies, and well, it's got muscles to spare. So I'm going to show it to you inside and out. We're going to take it for a drive and then I'm going to tell you what I really think. People have been asking forever for Ford to return the V8 to the Raptor, the modern day Raptor. It's been an EcoBoost V6 ever since the new aluminum bodied variation came out, and here we are today. The Raptor R, now the king of the beasts, and it's the king of the price tags too. This one here, as tested, $109,000 and some change, and you can spend more money with a few options and things like that, but this is pretty much fully loaded at the base level. The only option on this truck is a spray-in bed liner, so $109,000 and some change. So what does that get you? Well, obviously the 700 horsepower supercharged 5.2 liter V8 is under the hood, and all of the other Raptor goodies that we've come to expect. It's got wider bodywork, unique hood, unique fenders, big fender flares. It's got a lifted suspension. Up front is a set of Fox shocks, adaptive dampers, and so those are set to the different modes that you can select, and they're heavy duty. They have a 1-inch center shaft. Those are massive dampers. And looking down underneath the front, this has got all manner of skid plates down there, and you can see the suspension that's unique for the Raptor. Code orange tow hooks at the front, LED auxiliary lights down there from Rigid, and LED headlights, of course. Unique grille with the big code orange R on it. Looking at the hood, also unique here with graphics. It's got the Raptor R on that dome piece, and they really want you to know that it's got a supercharged V8. You can see that there in the graphics. And coming around the corner, you can see that this has these big wide fenders with heat extractors that are indeed functional. The wheels on this, 17-inch beadlock capable, special to the Raptor R. Here, the 37-inch tires are standard BF Goodrich all-terrain TA KO2s. And these are an option on the regular Raptor, but standard on the Raptor R. From this angle is a view that we've come to expect from Raptor. Really, the only difference here is that big orange R in the Raptor. A couple things I do want to point out here. Right there are some really great running boards, very grippy for your boots, shoes, and whatnot. Now, if you want rock rails, these are not rock rails. These are running boards. You want to take these off if you're really going to truly go off-roading and scraping around in the rocks with this thing. These will get damaged very easily. Yet, as running boards go, they're pretty tough and they are unique to the Raptor. It says Raptor right there on them. Now, looking at the rear three-quarter, you can see this has got the wide-shouldered look that we've come to expect with Raptor. It's nice and 3D, much wider than the standard F-150. And with the Raptor R, look at these graphics. Those are some graphics, man. And look at the 8s. They really want you to know this has a V8. No question about it. It's said over and over and over again. Big code orange R in the word Raptor. And coming around to the back, LED taillights as expected. Big, unique applique on the back of the tailgate. And up there on the tailgate, you can see this not only has a camera, but it has a light for the zone lighting system, which is a pretty cool feature. It allows you to light up the entire perimeter at night and see what's going on, particularly through the cameras or when you're standing around the truck. Big dual exhaust tips at the back, the real thing, of course. And down below, full-size spare. And it's a matching tire to the rest of the tires. It's also a matching wheel, and that's part of the price tag here. Also part of the price tag, looking further underneath, is the rear suspension unique to the Raptor, 5-link coil sprung suspension, and that gives it a better ride and a better handling and better articulation experience out here, which we'll get to in just a minute. Fox shocks, just like the front, adaptive, but here a slightly smaller 0.875 shaft diameter. The bed is fully featured here. It does have the optional spray-in bed liner from the factory and all of the little things we like to expect inside. LED lighting, power plugs, and all the like, and a soft open tailgate as expected. The interior of the Raptor R is a place that brings all of the goodness that came with the most recent refresh of the F-150, that is quality. and gives us top of the line trim and experience. Now, the thing about the Raptor is that there's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways to make the interior more. And the Raptor R comes with everything standard that you can possibly pile onto the Raptor. And so let's look at the trim. Across the dash, a nice stitched soft trim on the top. Genuine carbon fiber trim is found across the dash, on the door panels, and there's a lot of code orange accents throughout in the stitching on the dash, on the door panels, and in these seats. Now look at the seats. These are the top of the line leather and Alcantara Recaro seats, and you better believe that these are comfortable. They're both heated and ventilated, and I have absolutely loved sitting in these seats this week. They're not like the Recaros that you might find in some variations out there that are overly bolstered. They're built for big guys, so you can sit in it comfortably and they support you well. Power operated both for the driver and the passenger. You're gonna love them. Now the steering wheel, another Raptor unique steering wheel. It's got big, huge magnesium paddle shifters, code orange stitching. It's got the little stripe at the top to help you stay oriented with the direction that you're steering when you're getting going and fast. And ahead of me is a completely digital instrument cluster, and the layout is more or less fixed, but you can customize the information sets that you're looking at directly ahead of you. And the switchgear, pretty good quality, and that's one of the things that came with the latest generation of the F-150 is that Ford finally realized, they got the clue that people were spending $80, $90, $100,000 for these trucks. They expect an interior that's commensurate. And so looking at the center stack, good switchgear, a nice layout, big screen, Sync 4 infotainment system. All the controls for the main things that you're going to do are at your fingertips. Big knobs, rubber grips. Here you got the Pro Trailer Assist. Down below there is the drive modes and the transfer case controls, trailer brake controller in the center, HVAC controls, and for the seats, lots of power ports over here, an AC and 12-volt port. Down in the center, there's a nice little cover here, carbon fiber, that you can open, and there's a place down there to lay your phone. You can charge it. There's a wireless charger, USB ports, and then the center console, which in the F-150 is great. It's got big cup holders off to the side. It's got a shifter here, not a dial selector, bonus, and lots of storage inside here. This is big enough for probably about a 12-pack of Coca-Cola, maybe a little bit more. Multiple gallons of water. You can put lots of stuff down in there. You can hang files in it. You can put a laptop in there. Lots of space. And the coolest thing about this is you can lay this shifter down. It does make some creepy noises though. Sounds like it's going to break, but this allows you to lay out a nice desk work surface here. Even though it's unlikely this big man toy is going to be something that people actually work in, it very well might be. You're going to need to make the money somehow along the way. That is so going to break. The back seat of the Raptor R is very much like the back seat of other Raptors or other F-150s. I've got plenty of space. These seats are set for my height, about 5'9". With my boots on, I could have a 7-foot guy here, and there's still going to be plenty of room ahead of me. And this is very comparative to the TRX in the Ram as far as space back here. The seating position, I am sitting a little bit lower than I like, and this is a really flat seat, so not the best seating situation in the business, but there is room comfortably for 3 adults across because this is a flat seat. There are vents back here. There are heated seats back here, part of the Raptor R package, and there are USB ports as well as an AC outlet back here for charging, so plenty of versatility. Now the seat does fold up in a 60-40 split, allowing you to use a storage trough underneath, and this is lockable. Here, you've got a fold-down armrest with a couple of cup holders in it, and they even trimmed it out just as nice back here as they did up front. I've got a little patch of carbon fiber and some stitching here along the doors. So I'm really impressed with this interior. The quality is good. I like the extra touches and the extra trim that they've added for the Raptor R, and even though it is pricey, they've made it worth the money in terms of what you're getting here. This interior gets 5 out of 5 stars. The infotainment system here is the latest, greatest Sync 4. It is a large touchscreen, and while there are some portrait screens coming out in the full-size truck market, Ford has chosen here to stay with the landscape format. It is a touchscreen. It is voice activated. It has nav, satellite radio, Bluetooth connectivity, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it's got B&O audio. Then it has all the camera views that you can use when you're towing your trailer or off-roading. It's got a full 360-degree camera capability, and you can choose which cameras you're looking at, and just multiple cameras everywhere. This is just an excellent system all around. The sound quality from the B&O sound system is fabulous. It's easy to use. The graphics are good. It follows what you're telling it to do. In other words, the graphic backend can keep up with what you're doing. This is one of the best systems Ford has ever put together, and it varies from car to car, oddly enough, but here they've done it right. This system gets 5 out of 5 stars. All right, my friends, without further ado, let's take this for a drive. Now, this is an off-road toy, so we're starting with the off-roading out here in the desert, and we'll get to the horsepower here in a minute. I know that's the big thing about the R. So the Raptor itself is obviously, as most people know, is completely different than the F-150 in terms of chassis. Now the Raptor R has nearly an identical chassis to the regular Raptor in terms of spec. It's got the 5-link suspension like we talked about. It's got the 10-speed automatic transmission. It's got the electronically controllable transfer case, 2 high, 4 high, 4 auto, and 4 low. Now, drive modes. This has a multitude of drive modes. You can select down here and you can twist that around and get to quite a few things. Very impressive, very deep and intensive drive modes that are each really geared to some different kinds of terrain, because what we're doing out here, while it may look, well, pretty mild, it is. I'm just going to put it on base off-road mode. I'm not going to dial it all the way up to just going crazy and down to 4 low and all that. Just isn't going to be necessary today. So off we go. We are in 4 high that the mode put us in, and the rear differential is locked. Now the suspension, one of the great things about this truck is it's got 14 inches of travel, both front and rear. And so that pretty much makes this thing a go anywhere vehicle. And with this new rear suspension, the articulation that it offers is even better than ever before with that old leaf spring setup. Now, we are in a pretty large truck, meaning it's got a long wheelbase. They don't offer this in a shorter wheelbase, unfortunately, which means we're in a tight spot. We sort of have to do a little bit of a multi-point turn to get around this really tight corner here. Got one more little correction to make so we can get back down this hill. So maneuverability is not going to be quite as good as you're going to expect in a Jeep Wrangler or something like that. Now this does have hill descent control that can control your descent on a steep hill, even with slippery surfaces. So without getting into the weeds on all of it, you can look it up in the specs and the brochure. This has got lots of drive modes. It's got lots of electronic toys. It's got the 1-pedal drive feature that allows you to speed up and slow down and control your speed entirely through the gas pedal. It controls the brakes. It's got all that electronic gizmetry. Good stuff. But what most impressed me about this truck is how solid it feels out here on the trail, and how nothing out here just really unsettles it. This is not hardcore off-roading, but it's a good way to see how well bolted together this is, and obviously how maneuverable it is. The steering's got a nice light feel, and in the off-road mode, the throttle is tuned so that it's not overreactive. So it goes without saying that it's highly capable on the trail. Next up is the Desert Washboard Road. So before we get out there, I am going to dial down this drive mode just a little bit. And I'm going to set it in 4 auto just because I don't like this thing skating around in 2-wheel drive on a gravel road when I'm actually trying to put some power to it. All right, so off we go. And the Desert Washboard Road really is about how well put together is this truck. When you start driving out on this ribbed washboard surface, how does this thing feel? Does it glide along like it's on a magic carpet, or does it rattle and shudder and vibrate like a cold, scared chihuahua? I know that's a visual for you. And it's always curious to me because Ford F-150 trucks out here with their aluminum bodies have in the past tended to be kind of jittery, flexible feeling, not the most solid feeling vehicles. But here we've got a much stiffer and more robust chassis underneath of us, and it is taking a lot more of this surface than the regular F-150s do. And because these BF Goodrich tires have some pretty good bite, even sailing around these gravel corners at a little bit of speed, I've got more grip than with street tires. And this is really where the Raptor is in its sweet spot, is being able to go a little bit faster out in the more open spaces. Not so much a rock crawl, although it can do it. This is a truck that's really for blasting out in the open and using that power that you've got. But alas, 95% of the people are going to be using all of its power and driving this truck on the pavement. Out on my favorite back road, this has got a nice sound. I've got the adjustable exhaust set on sport, and I've got the drive mode set on sport now, and that's got us in 4 automatic in terms of the actual transfer case. So I like to bring it out here because it's a good place to get some speed on and feel how it is on the open road. I will tell you that this suspension, the 5-link suspension, does give this truck a little bit more of a precise feel on the highway in terms of handling, going over speed humps, potholes, things like that in town, much better than the solid axle and leaf spring setup. Now, as far as road noise, these 37-inch tires aren't too bad. On the 70-mile-an-hour test, I did 58.7 decibels at 70 miles an hour, and you're not hearing the tires there. It's just everyday road noise and wind noise. And that's right about average with all of the vehicles I test, 57.8. Anything under 60 is good. So it's pretty quiet, it's pretty comfortable. The ride is pretty stable. Now, because this is somewhat softly sprung, the stable ride I'm getting right now is a lot from the fact that we've got these dampers that are automatic, and they can adjust on the fly, and their stiffness level does adjust by the drive mode as well. But the thing is this does have a heavier V8 under the hood, and we are high, so when you throw this into a corner, you do get some body roll, and you do know that you're in kind of an off-road vehicle. It's not meant to be a sports car, but I am very impressed with what they've done with this chassis overall. And while I'm giving it away under power, this thing does start getting a little bit boaty, but I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I did want to mention that before I say overall this chassis gets 4 out of 5 stars. Ooh, got to slow down before this corner. Gonna lean into it. Yeah. Now, last but not least, we've got to talk about what's under the hood, because this is what everybody's been waiting for. 5.2 liter V8 with a supercharger on it, 700 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. Yeah. And so essentially the same motor that's in the Shelby GT500, albeit with a few tweaks here and there. Here we've got all-wheel drive though. And I've got it set on 4A because 2-wheel drive, trying this, it wasn't working out. So we're gonna see how it goes. That's my question I always like to ask. How does it go? So let's find out and go. Woo! Holy! And 60. Oh! Okay, I didn't say the word out loud, but you saw it on my lips, man. Gotta slow down for this corner. Woo! That took some something to hold this thing going in a straight line. Now this does have paddle shifters, and that's 100, and I'm glad I'm out in the middle of nowhere and there's nobody else on this road, because this thing wants to go all over the place when you put power to it out here on the road. Yeah, this is sweet. Listen to that sound. Okay, enough of that. So yeah, big V8 sound, supercharger whine, all of that, and with 4-wheel drive, no wheel spin. That just gets you from 0 to 60 just like that. Okay, all right, I gotta come down a little bit. Okay, so 10-speed automatic transmission. It obviously is built tough to handle all of this power, but it shifts that way too. Not just here, but I've noticed during my week with it, it's busy, okay? And now the good news is this does not have auto start stop. Hate it. It's not here. Ford left it out. They know better. Doesn't belong in a performance vehicle. And of course, that is to save fuel. What does this get for fuel economy? Well, let me come to a stop here. So I've got a cattle guard and a stop sign. Fuel economy, 10 miles per gallon city, 15 highway, and 12 combined. Now, in my week with it, I got 10 overall. I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder why. Okay. All right, let me put that off. All right, put that back normal. It's great, right? I mean, it's a great motor in the GT500. It's a great motor for the Raptor. I think people are going to be happy with it when they spend the money here, and that's obviously where it's at. And if you're spending the money here, you probably don't care about the fact that it's getting 10 miles to the gallon. So overall, very well done. Transmission could use a little bit of work. So, I mean, the 8-speed in the TRX works exceptionally well. And the 10-speed, while I've liked it in some of the other vehicles, that's just the main thing here that I just keep feeling is that it's busy. It hunts around, and sometimes it shifts rough, sometimes it doesn't. Outside of that, yeah, this powertrain gets 4 out of 5 stars. Woo! This thing is bonkers, man. I mean, 700 horsepower in a big off-road toy. That's bonkers. Who would have ever thought we'd see this? And believe me, people have been clamoring forever and ever and ever. Put the V8 back in the Raptor. Now, the EcoBoost V6 is great. It's got plenty of power. I like it. It does kind of sound like a weed eater when you get going down the road, but it's got plenty of power. I mean, if you like a nice Kawasaki off-road bike or something like that, you know, it's in the same category in terms of sound. I'm getting into the weeds. So now it's time to talk about competitiveness. We've driven it. We've looked at it inside and out. Competitiveness. Well, we've got one big competitor out there. That is the Ram TRX. Same horsepower, almost the same off-road toys and cred and ability. They're really just neck and neck when it comes to performance. Horsepower, acceleration, off-road capability. I mean, there's little differences here and there in how they drive, and we've just recently test driven the TRX. They're neck and neck, give or take little nuances, okay? So appeal, very good. I mean, it looks awesome. It's got all the stuff, but $109,000. Wow, that is a lot of money. The TRX, you can get it starting at $85,000 because Ram does let you get a TRX without all of the options on it. Here, when you get into the Raptor R, Ford gives you the fully loaded boat. That's the only way to get it. So we're a base price essentially here for the Raptor R. Take for the optional spray and bed liner. That's the only option here. So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So I look at quality, I look at warranty, 336, bumper to bumper, 5 years, 60,000 miles, powertrain, quality, you know, it's a Ford, it's okay. So I put value and I put competitiveness here at 4 out of 5 stars. When you put that in with everything else we've already talked about, we're at 4.5 stars for the review. Exceptional, very good. So if you want the ultimate man toy from Ford, here it is. Now, you know, just be willing to pay whatever the dealership wants on top of that sticker price because they're gonna want it. Trust me, I've already seen it. It's brutal out there, guys. It's brutal. But in the meantime, if you want to see our latest video, you can see that right there. We've got a Ram TRX test drive out there, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel right there and see everything that we do.